As a coach, and I'm sure for the players, we look forward to this date as much as any date on our calendar all year, every year. So guys are excited to be here, and I thought we got better today. That's our goal every time we show up to the gym. We want to leave feeling like we got better, and we did today.
What were you looking for today, specifically from these guys?
Well, today we built our defensive foundation. That's really where we have to anchor ourselves, is on the defensive end. Starting out and throughout the season, there'll be a lot of talk about who we are offensively and what we're trying to do on the offensive end in terms of running the triangle. But defense is the anchor. That's the foundation to all good and great teams. So today we spent, 2.5 hours on defense. We didn't do one triangle specific drill of any kind today.
What is your defensive philosophy, system-wise? If you do any zone?
No, just play hard and get it done together. I don't know if I want to explain to the world what my philosophy is and how we're going to defend. Hopefully we can save that at least until October the 8th when we play our first preseason game. But, we want to play defense hard. We want to be physical. We want a lot of communication and talking, letting our teammates know that we support them. Guys in the NBA are really, really good. It's not one guy's job to get the job done. You have to do the best job you can guarding your man. But, we want to have his back. And so, we talked a lot today about playing team defense and supporting the guy that has the ball under control.
Coach, where did you think the players' conditioning was at today?
No, it was great. I mean, that's one thing that's changed over the years with the league is most guys, if not all guys, are using the offseason to continue to sharpen themselves, sharpen their skills. Physically, their bodies are in great condition. There isn't anything like, a real NBA practice or a real game. So, you have to build the conditioning base, and we did some of that today. But I thought coming in, overall, each guy was in really good position, including Amari. He was with us for the first 2 hours today, and then the last 30 minutes, we have a great plan that we have in place for how we want to manage Amari. So he's available to us every night this year. That's a goal of ours. He played, I want to say 67 or 68 games last year, missed some games with an ankle injury and the flu. And so without those things, he probably would have played 70-plus games a year ago. And so we think that plan that we have will work. Part of it today was monitoring his level. We got to that point where we felt like it was time to pull him out. He'll be back in there with us tonight and tomorrow, and we think it's the best way to approach it.
Is it helpful having Phil here, or is it a little disconcerting having Phil?
No, I don't think it's ever disconcerting having Phil around. For a young coach like myself, who obviously completely admires everything that he ever was able to accomplish, fortunate enough to play for him, there's definitely some pressure, to try and do things in a way that are consistent with success. But other than that, it's the best, I think, to also be a young coach and have, arguably the greatest to ever do it, right there, monitoring, observing, but carefully and respectfully, offering any suggestions or advice along the way.
With Amari, will you try to limit his practice time, almost every practice, and will he be able to play in back-to-backs?
Yeah, I think with Amari, it depends on the practice in terms of if he's able to go the full practice or if there are parts of it that we need to be smart with. Our goal is to basically make sure he's available every night, every day. I don't think there's been a decision made on back-to-backs or not. We obviously start out our first, month is amazing in terms of the toughness of the schedule and the back-to-backs right from the jump. So we're hoping that if we manage the month of October the right way, it'll give Amari as well as all of our guys the best chance to move through the first month of our season, not just in shape, but physically able to still, go to another level.
What's the day meaningful to you at all? I mean, I know you coach summer league, but this is your first day coaching a big team.
Yeah, it's meaningful is probably an understatement. It's an honor to be with this organization. We spent some time last night as a group just reflecting on the history of this team, the history of this organization, the great accomplishments and success of the past, and how it is we all can work together, in a sense, to not recreate that, but create something special of our own.